Neighbourhood Watch has had a sausage sizzle where we raised $3,800, and we're donating that to the fire victims. We didn't know how to do that until we knew that the Victorian Transport Association was going to bring containers around, so we bought 3 containers.
Wow. And this is one of them.
And one of yours. You're the back.
Absolutely fantastic. And coming all that way to
so your face is going to be plastered all over Black Rock by Morris.
We've got your email address.
If you've got any relations there, they'll know.
No. Only in prison.
We've got your email address.
John, we're here this morning to deliver a container to you. Just tell us a bit about your experience with the fires.
It wasn't good, believe me. I was fighting fires down in Victoria, down around Eltham and those areas in '84, I think it was, and that, and it still wasn't as bad as what it was here.
So did you stay?
I stayed, yes.
Yeah, and you saved your home?
Yes, I saved the home. It was just coming down as if it was snow falling down, all the embers and everything all over it.
So did you see anyone the time you were here? Anyone come to help you?
Nobody. We didn't see anybody from down south for over 2 weeks after the fires. The first thing we saw was a big Chinook helicopter landed up on a property up the road here, and he was from Singapore. Yeah. The one that flown over from Singapore. And,
why?
And dropped some supplies off and everything. They had some army personnel with them and a couple of nurses. And the only thing that I didn't lose was the house and this shed. Look, we're getting offered help, but all verbally.
Yes.
You
mean by government?
We're getting a lot of paperwork and then everything's left to us to do.
Yes.
And I am sick of it. We didn't get any help from down south at all.
Yeah. With no help.
Everyone stayed.
With no help.
No help, and they saved everything. They lost fences. And
you would have lost this because of the embers coming down.
Yeah, that was the big thing. I had a 2-inch pump. The river was dry. There's no water in the river. I had a dam that was nearly full. So I had a firefighting pump up on the dam, and I had a 2-inch hose coming down to here, and I had 2 3/4-inch hoses coming off that.
Tell us a bit about yourself, Cheryl.
I'm the secretary of our local RSL branch, but I'm also a volunteer worker supporting numerous communities around this area with food, blankets and clothing that they so desperately need after the bushfires.
So what's the benefit of this container? What's it going to mean to you?
Oh, it's an absolute godsend for me because we needed an area where people could come, where I could put the food out for them so that they can come and collect the food that they so desperately need.
So what food's this, and why do you have to provide people with food?
Because since the bushfires, people not only have lost their homes, they've also lost their income. A lot of the businesses around here were burnt, the chip mill's been closed, so they don't have finances, they're struggling to make ends meet. They really are.
So what are your other needs then? Once this container's here, you're going to fill it up with food, but you're having trouble getting food?
I'm having a bit of trouble getting food at the moment. We'd like a little bit more, please.
What sort of food?
Well, canned goods, dry foods. We can't stock fresh foods or anything like that because we've got too many areas to distribute it to.
Now you mentioned to me about clothing.
Yes, I definitely need some warm jackets, please, for people up here.
Mainly male or?
A bit of both, but definitely jackets, boots. If people can come up with a few extra blankets, that would be really good. I started with 25 people, and in the last few weeks they've jumped to 196 people.
So these people who've been burnt out, are they living in caravans or are they?
Most of them, thankfully. I still have a few that are in tents. We're still chasing up caravans for them, but Rotary have sort of helped a little bit there with some caravans, but if anyone's got some refurbished caravans, I definitely wouldn't mind a few more of those as well.
You mentioned to me before that your house is full of goods and you can't store anymore. This is why this container's so valuable.
Absolutely. If I could get another one, I'd be absolutely stoked because we've got to have an area for them to collect the food and select the food, but I've also got to have another one for storage of the food. So,
would you like to send a message to the gentleman in Manila?
Oh look, I don't know who you are. I'm very emotional right now, very teary. You don't know what you've done for us here. You really don't. Thank you so much.
Oh, well, that's great. What farm are we on?
So we're at Mackenzie River. We're classed as Club Terrace, but we call it Mackenzie River. Yeah, 20 minutes, half an hour past Orbost.
So you had the fires here. What date did you get burnt out?
5th of January we got burnt out, and it come through, burnt everything, burnt all our boundary fences, burnt the house, 5 sheds, all boundary fences, most of the internal fences.
So this container's been donated by the Victorian International Container Terminal.
Yep.
And also Neighbourhood Watch has been involved. We've purchased 3 containers. So that's why Jeff and I are down here, just to listen to you.
Very
and
grateful.
to make sure the containers drop in the right place.
Yep.
Peter Anderson from the Victorian Transport Association, he's the CEO.
Yep.
He's coordinated it and worked it all out, which is a big task.
Yep.
And we're going back to Lake Sentence tonight to stay, and then coming back to Mallacoota tomorrow.
Big weekend.
Drop off 7 or 9, I think, in Mallacoota.
Yep.
So we've got 50 containers at least. All the transport operators have donated their services for free, paid their drivers, but donated their services. And we're going to drop about 20 outlet containers up to northeast Victoria.
Very good.
Hello, Brooksy. I believe you're one of the locals here.
Yes, I am.
So you've seen us deliver some containers today from the VICT, which is the Victorian International Container Terminal in Melbourne. So what do you think the locals will think of this?
Oh, I think they'd be quite happy with the help we're getting, the extra help, and the farmers cleaning up. Still a lot of people working here that don't get paid or anything.
Yeah.
So it makes us feel that there's somebody worried about it.
Okay, and so what do you think of that? What do you think the people will use the containers for?
Well, there's machinery. Some people, if they hadn't got anywhere, they'd probably put a bed in there and leave the door open or something, as long as it's a bit of a shelter or something like that.
And it's been a great pleasure to come down and meet a local yokel.
Can I just say something?
Yes.
Well, just on behalf of everybody here in the town and farmers, and there's quite a few of them around here, we'd all like, on their behalf, I'd like to thank you.
Thanks.
Pass it on to the other crews that are not here. We just don't know how much we really
Wonderful,
appreciate
Brooks.
it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's not really...
From the heart, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.